She's a
Hey besties, welcome back for another episode of Savvy and Social, and today we're doing part 2 of my Q&A. So I'm so glad you tuned in, and if you are new around here, my name is B Fells, the branding bestie. I am a brand coach and expert, and I help women entrepreneurs to level up their beauty, branding, and abundance. You guys sent me some really great questions via Instagram stories. Last week we did part 1, and this week we're gonna finish it off. So let's dive in and see what questions you have for me today. And today's question is, if you were where you are now in life, but without a husband and kids, what would you do that you can't do now? And I knew the answer right off the bat. I would be living the nomad lifestyle. I have been seeing so many people in business, especially those that I admire, that don't even have a home address, right? They literally just travel the world or travel the country, working from their laptop, building their business on the go. And I would love to do something like that. The only thing that really holds me back from traveling is knowing that I do have 2 small kids at home that I have to tend to, and having a husband, and I want to be able to spend time with him in our home as well. So if I did not have a husband and kids, that is the one thing that I would do differently, is doing a lot more traveling. The next question I got was, have you considered working as someone's publicist or social media manager? The first one, to the publicist, no. I like being in front of the camera. I like being the talent, and I know that being a publicist is more of a behind the scenes job. And that's not something I really want to do. I want to be hiring the publicist to put me on, right? I love to do the creative side where I get to be in front of the camera. I get to be the one that talks. I get to be the one that entertains. So I know being a publicist just does not meet the needs for what I want to do right now. So no, that is not something that I would consider doing. I actually have a publicist that does all of that for me so that I don't even have to think about it. The second part of that was, would I be a social media manager? I actually already am. I do have a couple of clients where I do manage their social media. I help them to create their content for the month. I help them to create their content calendar and make sure that it leads back into their brand strategy and their goals for the year and for the month. So yes, I do that. I don't advertise it because it's not something that I want to be my full-time job. I do want to stick to the branding part, but I do have clients that I have taken that task on for, because I know that they just don't have the time, and that I have some time and I have the skill to do it a lot more efficiently than if they were to do it on their own. So yes, I do have that job title, even though I don't advertise it publicly, but it is something that I do offer in my business. The next question I got is, who are some people you can hire on your team to help build your brand? The first one, just as we said, a publicist is really great. Someone who can constantly be advocating for you. That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of writing, which I am terrible at. It takes a lot of pitching, which I really don't have the time to do right now. And so having someone to do that for you is really great, because you know that there's always someone behind the scenes looking for new opportunities for you, so that you can just focus on your work, focus on your products, and focus on your services that you offer. Someone else that you can hire on your team to help you build your brand is someone to run your social media. So just as I said that I do offer social media management for select clients, having someone who is scheduling your content, creating your content for you, so that you can concentrate specifically on providing your products and services, the part that you are most passionate about. Having someone on your team who is taking care of all of the social media side is really helpful, and it takes the pressure off of you, because not everybody likes social media, and I totally understand that. So when you put that task in the hands of someone who's really great at it and really enjoys doing it every day, that is definitely a relief that I know that provides. Hiring a coach is really great. I won't say what kind of coach, because it could be a number of things. Maybe you need somebody to help you with your public speaking. Maybe you need a coach that's helping you with streamlining your services. Maybe you need a coach that helps you with marketing. Maybe you need a coach that helps you with branding. But figuring out what that need is, and something that's not so easy to just Google the answers, there might be something that you might need a consultant or a coach for. So figuring out what is it that you don't have the time to learn, but if you had someone to step in and show you the right things to do right off the bat without having to spend time on YouTube and Google figuring it out, that is a really great way to make sure that you are just getting your brand off on the right foot. And the last question, what is the hardest part about juggling your family and entrepreneurship? The hardest part, I would say, is knowing when to stop. And I've spent a lot of time within the last year mastering that, knowing when to press the pause or stop button, so that I know when's the right time to go between both worlds. Because as a business owner, it's very easy to put everything on your shoulders and everything on your back and feel like you have to constantly be available. But that's really unfair to you, and it's really unfair to the people who love you. Whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children, whether it's your friends, your sisters, your mom, whatever. So that is probably the hardest thing that I've had to learn how to juggle, especially when I'm in front of my family and I'm with my family. I don't even look at an email after 4 o'clock. That's when my business hours are over. I'm not going to reply. You'll have to wait for my answer in the morning or the following afternoon. But I do not take client calls. I do not take meetings. I do not answer emails after 4 p.m. And I do not answer emails or client calls on the weekend. That is an absolute no-no, and I just don't do it. So that has been the hardest part, but I'm getting there to a point where I now have a groove where my family knows when I'm in entrepreneur mode and when I'm in mommy, wife, friend, best friend mode, and they've come to respect it because I am a lot more intentional with how I do it with myself. So once I started respecting my own time, right, just as a human being, not as an entrepreneur, but I started respecting my own time as a human being, it became a lot easier to demand that same respect from other people. So being consistent, setting boundaries is really, really important when you are self-employed specifically, because when you are the only person who is keeping you on track, it's really hard to unplug. And I make sure that I have fun too, because I know that just as much as my business is important, maintaining good relationships with my friends who have been around for so long or the ones who I've made just recently, it's really important to be able to spend time with them without talking about business, when we could talk about the other things in life that are important or entertaining or fun to us. And I always want to remain approachable and attainable to the people around me and the people who love and care about me. Thank you so much for sending really great questions. I will do another episode like this in the future. So make sure that you make sure that you comment on this episode, make sure that you share it with a friend, and make sure that you follow, because I love creating content like this for you guys every single week. And I can't wait to bring you another episode next week. So make sure you tune in to Savvy and Social right here with your brand new bestie, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, besties. That was terrible. Yep. Judge your mama.